Hello, hello, and welcome to this week's episode of The Hard Choice. Simple steps for showing up. My name is Brad Draper. I am your host. I am grateful to be here. Man, my allergies are kicking my butt. Are your allergies kicking your butt? Man, they here in Utah, I took 5 years of allergy shots every month, and that was one of the greatest things I've ever done. Took 5 years every month. It was kind of a pain, but by and large, a simple allergy pill, over-the-counter allergy pill, gets it done. And I only need them a handful of times a year. Last night, I woke up at, 2 in the morning, having a major allergic reaction to something. And that took about 2.5 hours to kick. That sucked, which means I'm tired. And that's okay, because we keep moving. We keep executing. We keep getting after those things that we want to accomplish. And that's the point. I still got up. I went for a mountain bike ride with a group of friends. It is that time of year to start that back up, and we try and go a couple of Fridays a month to just have fun. How often are you just having fun? I haven't really gone to any networking events for the better part of 7 or 8 months. And one of the guys at the ride this morning, I haven't seen him since November, maybe even October. Is the last time I saw him at a networking event. And that was the last one I went to of that type. And this morning he piped up and said, "So this is how we get Brad out of the house. We go mountain biking." And I said, "You'll get me out of the house for service opportunities and playful opportunities right now as we build what we're building, because we're so focused." I used to go to 2, 3, 4, 5 networking events a week, every week. And that is tiring. That is draining on your energy. And we're trying to build something large that requires a ton of energy. You kind of have to pick and choose. Where are you going to place this bit from your capacitor, right? You're ultimately a battery. And that battery has a finite amount. And things like naps and energy drinks and things can help you. But at the end of the day, you have a finite amount. Where are you going to place your energy? Are you going to put it and pour it into other people? Are you going to pour it into projects? Are you going to pour it into your family, into your spouse, into yourself, into your mind, into your body? All of them are important, but it matters on where you place the most amount of energy. And having this, we're going to loosely use the word, the term balance. There's no real balance. It's not like I'm putting equal amounts to all. It's putting the right amount to each one at the time that it needs to have it. Hope that makes sense. So I don't put a lot of energy into my fitness. It is autonomous. It just moves. It does not take a lot of thought. I just do it. It's habitual. It's part of my routine, and it's built into my lifestyle. Therefore, it's just on autopilot. I don't have to do a lot with it. Other people in different stages, if they're trying to get that fitness routine going, takes a ton of energy and a ton of focus and a ton of commitment and discipline. People ask me, how am I so disciplined to get up and go to the gym? We're long past the discipline phase. That happened decades ago. Now it's just habitual. And that's where you're trying to get to. Unconscious competence. Amazing thing. But on this bike ride today, I wanted to cover this little bit. A person I was riding with, the one that said, actually, this is how we get Brad out. He is the group chair to the group that I used to go to, which is the last time I saw him. And very well-to-do man. He's an amazing human. He is very successful with this company. He owns a fairly large blue-collar company, and they do well. It's awesome. And as we were riding, he was asking me how things are going. So I relayed to him where we were and how things were happening. He said, "You may or may not know this, but I'm a recovering drug addict. I've been clean for 20 years, and I still go to NA, 12-step, kind of like AA, but Narcotics Anonymous. And so I started going back again to kind of sharpen my swords, sharpen my edge. Didn't want to feel like I was going to start slipping, and I want to help other people." He's at that phase in life where he has a little bit more time, so he can help others versus just focus internally and on his company. And as we were talking, he had mentioned something that I wanted to relay on this podcast for you, specifically you, today. And I really want you to listen in on this part. We hear all the time, God will only give you trials to which you can handle. He will never give you more than you can't handle. And we live this and we practice this and we think this. And that's just simply not true. Period. It's not true. God absolutely will give you trials, tribulations, chaos beyond your capability so you reach for help from others. I think the true statement, and this is my personal belief, there's no doctrine behind this, God will not give you trials, tribulations, issues beyond that which you're capable with his help. That key part, with his help. And how God helps us, it's not by some, most of the time, go back in biblical times, and even today, sometimes you get angelic help, but normally the help of angels is from your friends, your peers, and the people around you. It is those to which you're associated with, even those you have yet to be associated with, but will be associated with. It is those things you have not yet considered that when you consider them will make all the difference. When you pray for your help, when you ask for help and help comes knocking, be sure to answer it. Be sure to listen. We had an impression last week to discontinue a program we were participating in. It was costing us some funds. It was a debt relief program. And so we were paying to this debt relief program, and we just had a strong impression, discontinued working with them, retrieve your money back. We did that. And right when we needed financial assistance the most this morning, that financial assistance came. But it would not have come had we not listened. So God will tell you things to do, and you go do it. There is one of my favorite sections of all canon or canonized scripture. And in this section, we are taught 3 ways God answers prayer. He answers prayer via A, go and do. So you go do this thing and you do it. He will answer it in, I'll take care of it. I got this. Don't worry. And a lot of times that comes by way of people helping you, people coming into your life and offering assistance. And you have to have the humility, trust, honesty with self-confidence to receive. And I know that is so hard for you because that's just not how we're wired. We're wired to help other people, but we need to be wired to help and receive. It's a 2-way road. And then thirdly, we learn God says, what do you want me to do? We tell God what to do. And if you ask in true faith with righteous purpose and righteous heart, you'd be amazed what you find. That one is the hardest because it requires the most faith, the most diligence, and the most pondering. And it's the one missed the most. We wait around for God to tell us what to do or for somebody to come help us, but fail to realize the third one. What do you want me to do? And in this specific canon, that was one of the answers. He said, what do you want me to do? And he pondered about it, and he made some glass stones. They were needing light. So he hiked a mountain, and he built a bellows, and he built a fire, and he melted down the sand and made glass balls. Said, I know you can do a lot of cool stuff, God. Please forgive me because I'm human. If you touch this stone, it can light up because you're God, and you can do that. I think, I hope, is my faith. So if you do that, then we have light. And so God said, okay. So he touched the stones and they all glowed. They would all glow. And that was their light. They needed light. So often in life, we think God will not give us that which we are unable to bear. God absolutely gives you stuff you cannot bear alone. That's why you need people. That's why you need help. That's why you need friends. That's why you need partners. That's why you need spouses and significant others. You need family. My business partners are, by and large, much more family than many of my siblings. And that's because they're there, always, unbroken. We're on the phone. I'm not exaggerating. I'm on the phone with one of my partners the better part of 4 to 6 hours a day on a minimum. I have had unbroken 8-hour calls with more than one of them. And that's because we work from home. So to be in the same office, we're on the phone, working through our stuff. We're not always talking, but we're just there. We're just present. I want you to practice the gift and art of receiving. This one is so difficult to overcome. It's one of my greatest weaknesses is receiving. My wife has pointed this out more times than I can count. And it's something that I am continuously and will forever be working on. The gift and art of receiving help. I love to give help. I'm really good at it. I really suck at receiving. And I'm changing that. But I'm changing that with practice because that's how you get better at something. You practice it. Therefore, I'm receiving. I try tremendously. If somebody pays me a compliment, I say, thank you. I receive that. And you'd be surprised the reaction you get. I challenge you to do that. When somebody gives you a compliment, say, thank you. I receive that. And watch their face change. Watch your face change. Watch the interaction change and how beautiful that is. I promise you, you absolutely go through things in life that are beyond your capability to handle by yourself. You are definitely capable of handling it with God's help. And that usually comes in the form of other people. So find your tribe, find your friends, find those people to which you can do life with, you can do work with, you can do play with, you could do all these things. And I have different friends in different buckets. My friend group I went mountain biking with this morning is a pretty core group of mountain biking friends. I don't really mountain bike with anybody else. It's just them or by myself. But I'm usually by myself to train to be with them because they're really fast. And they challenge me to be better. They take me to new adventures and to new heights, literally. And how fun that is. And then I've got my friends that I do business with on the daily. They are my direct business partners. I am co-owners with all of them in something. And how beautiful of a relationship that is. You have me and my brother. We have the core business, and we are partnered with individual people, like little arms or little branches, like little tentacles. And it's a beautiful experience. I have my spouse to which I can lean on, and I'm so, so, so grateful for her because I would not be where I am without her. That's a fact. She is my rock. She is my foundation. She is the reason why I do what I do. She is my best friend. And I'll always fight for her. I may not always fight for me, but I will always fight for her. And how beautiful that is. And I hope that you have somebody like that. And if you don't, find them. But the way you find them is you attract them. You have to become the person to which they would want to be around. Maybe you're not yet the person that they want to be around, therefore they're not around. And that's where the internal work comes. That's where's the fitness, the mindset, the meditation, the study to build your mind, to build your heart, to build your soul, to build your spirit, to build your body. All these things to build your heart. Heart set. Mindset, heart set, body set, soul set. And how important those are. But I leave these things with you. And I want you to ponder on them greatly. Who is in your corner? Who are you doing business, doing life, doing activity with? How much can you lean on them? And how difficult is life? How much joy are you finding in the journey? How much difficulty or joy are you finding in the difficulty? That matters because I promise you are pushed beyond your own capabilities, but not the capabilities with you and somebody else or you and a group of people. That's how you truly win. That's how you truly pull through. That's what I wanted you to listen to today. So have this conversation with your friends and your family. Share this episode with people you feel could learn from it. Follow me on socials, Mr. Brad Draper. Leave me a review. I've actually had a few reviews lately. They were awesome. Keep them coming. It helps out tremendously. But until next week, like this thing, subscribe to it, download it for future listenings. I love you guys. Bye.